Hi everybody, Joy Clark here. First off, happy Juneteenth. Yay, everybody's getting paid today, regardless of whether you're working or not. If you're working, you're getting paid really, really well. And if you're working and you're not getting paid really, really well, please reach out to me because you should be. Anyhow, so I'm here to talk to you today about a couple of things that we asked for this year at negotiations that the county disapproved of, or disagreed with, I should say, denied. So what we have ended up doing is asking to reopen or begin our next year's negotiations early. Normally we would start at the end of October. We're asking to start September 1st. Why? Because the reason why these things were all denied was because they cost money. They're budgetary. So they kept telling us, well, you guys came at us too late. The budget's already done. We've already discussed the budget. Budget. Fine. Then we'll get started earlier this year before the budget. So that's what we're asking for. We're asking for an opener in September 1st so we can talk about these 5 things that they denied. And I'll go over them with you really quick because we're going to absolutely be asking for these again next year. And we're going to continue to ask for them over and over and over until we get them. Period. So the first thing is going to be longevity. So we're asking for longevity to be put back in place. Many of you haven't been working here long enough to know that we once had it. I'm a 23-year employee and I never got a longevity payment. So that's how long it's been gone. And generally, once they take something away from you, they are not going to give it back. But we are asking for longevity to be returned. The reason why is that longevity, in my personal opinion, and this is the reason why I'm pushing for it, is really the only way to get at solving pay compression. So, pay compression is when your new employee who just started is making a very little bit of money less than you. And you're like, oh, I've been here for 7 years. Why are they making just $1 less an hour than me? The whole reason that they're doing that is because of compression. New people are brought in at a higher rate. The older people do not get their rate increased. That's where longevity comes into effect. So we will be asking for a 3% longevity at each one of the following year markers: 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and 30 years, with retroactive pay to those who met those markers but did not receive a longevity pay, which would be pretty much everybody. So if you're getting a 3% raise at 10 years and 15 years and 20 years, your paycheck is going up and up and up. Your salary, your pay rate is going up and up and up. And that new guy who just came in, who's only making $1, or $2 less than you, he's not getting anything because he hasn't met longevity yet. This is how you solve compression. So that's what the number one thing is that we're asking for. Number 2, we're asking for on-call pay. Why are we asking for on-call pay? Every time that you are on call, if you're somebody who is on call, you are still under your employer's control the entire time, and your personal activities are restricted. You can't go see a movie. You can't have alcohol. If they're going to do that, then they should be paying you. So we do already have an on-call committee. Erin Carter from Sod Run is the chairperson of our on-call committee. So if you have any questions about it or you want to join the committee, reach out to Erin Carter. But what we're asking for, what they denied, what we're going to keep coming back to them for, is half of your hourly rate. So if you make $20 an hour while you're at work, you should make $10 an hour while you're sitting at home waiting to be called in if they should call you in. That's on-call pay number 2. Number 3, work out of class increase. If you receive work out of class, this is what you should be getting. 1 level up is $20 a day. 2 levels up is $30 a day, and 3 levels above your grade is $40 a day. So we have asked them to basically double those numbers. So 1 level would go from 20 to 30. 2 levels or 2 grades above your pay would go from 30 to 60. And then 3 levels above your grade of pay would go from 40 to 80. So that's another thing that we're asking for. There's a couple other things. Number 4, and all of these are things that they have denied and that we're asking them to still consider. And we're going to just keep hitting at them until they say, okay, leave us alone. We'll give it to you. Anyway, weekend shift differential. Why do companies pay shift differential? It's an incentive to take a less desirable shift Do you see anybody from HR or any one of the directors or administrators working weekends? They don't work weekends. Why? Because nobody wants to work the weekends. Nobody wants to work evening shift or midnight shift, and nobody wants to work weekends. And that's the reason why evening shift and midnight shift are paid differentials. Because, they need to give some kind of incentive for people to sign up for that. It's rough on your social life, on your family life, on your personal life. So is working weekends. So we should be making weekend shift differential. So if you work on the weekends, we are asking for 11% on Saturdays and Sundays. Evening shift makes a 7% differential. Midnight shift makes a 10% differential. If we have an 11% differential on weekends, which would be Saturdays and Sundays, if you're on evening shift, you would make 7% differential any Monday through Friday that you worked. But if you work Saturday and Sundays, you would still make 11%. Same thing for midnight shift. You're always going to make the higher percentage if you work a weekend. So that is shift differential. And then the last thing that we're asking for, one more thing with shift differential. It boosts morale and it reduces the turnover. So it boosts morale, it reduces turnover. That's another positive plus side of shift differential. So the last thing that we're asking for, I just want to say that Charles White, our new vice president, came up with this one, and we added it in at the last minute. So it's still here, and it's still going to be discussed and worked on. Charles thinks that everybody who gets a successful evaluation each year should be given a 1% bonus. This is on top of your merit and on top of your cost of living assessment or your COLA. This is something that is different for that. So we're going to work towards that as well. So that's 5 things. And I have a 6th thing that I want to talk about COLAs, but I'm not going to bring that up just yet. It's an idea that we just came up with today. So we kind of have to work it around. But I'll kind of just give you this. With a COLA is always given in a percentage. So your COLA is also given to everybody. So Bob Castley gets a COLA. Every one of your directors gets a COLA. And when your director is making $150,000 a year, they're getting like an almost $6,000 COLA or more, But if you're making $50,000 a year, you're getting a much smaller COLA. So I guess the idea is that we're going to try to bring in a pay scale for the COLAs. If you make this amount of money, your COLA should be this. And if you make this amount of money, your COLA should be less. And that way, that cost of living is the same for everybody. So anyway, that's for next year's things, and we'll be bringing those up. But this is what we have for this year. I threw this little QR code into the newsletter. Hopefully you had a chance to watch this 8-minute video. I'm sorry, it's a little bit long. I'm Joy. Reach out to me anytime. My phone number and my email address are at the bottom of the newsletter. I'm always available. And I'm always looking for help, and I'm always looking for people's input, and I'm just always looking for things because, you guys voted for me, and I'm trying to do my job. All right? So thank you guys so much, and good luck, and I will see you at the ratification. Vote for the contract. We worked really hard. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.